Today you are learning how to do another tricks once again. Alright, so this tricks today, or today's move is going to be, you guessed it, the manual. Wow! Alright, before we start the manual or the actual lesson or the tutorial, there's a few things that can change how the manual feels as you do it. And the first thing will be your bike setup. And what do I mean by the bike setup? Will be the rear of your bike. So if you have a shorter hand rear, it will be easier to set up into the manual. However, once you are set in, the bike will be very responsive and it will be harder to maintain that move. On the other hand, if this is longer, obviously it will be slightly harder to get into the manual. However, once you are in the manual, maintaining it will be much easier because the bike will feel more stable, right? Another thing will be the brakes. So if you have a brakes on your bike, when it comes to the manual, if you loop over like this, well, obviously if you got a brake, you can use it to prevent the loop over. So if you brakes, you can go this way, right? So if you don't have brakes, then you may loop over. Either way, it's gonna be cool. Alright, now the actual lesson, straight into it. Safety first. Step number one, so we can use those lines actually. As you can see, there's lines here, and there's another line here. Okay, as you see, so the actual goal will be to roll on one wheel like this and put it down. So, demonstration first, and then we can explain, right? So. Yes. All right. Now, what just happened? How this happens, right? So, a few things first. The speed. So get to the normal speed, right? And then you want to bend your arms like this, and as you lean back, you want to extend the arms and putting your butt out, extend your butt like this, and you want to maintain the manual. How do we maintain the manual? Then it's great to stick to a point. You know, you want to see a point and you want to go towards it. So having a straight line just like this one can be a good idea as well. So go like this and then right, you named it. Step number two, well, practice as much as you can. If it's raining outside, then you can practice indoor, under the car park, anywhere. Another step will be to, if you loop over, because that may happen, if you don't have brakes, then it will be the best to either not being afraid to fall off your bike, because it may hurt, but it won't hurt if you know how to fall off your bike, right? So you can learn how to fall, or you can just jump off your bike. That's fine, you can come. We're learning how to manual here. Yes, and this is the same on a scooter, on a mountain bike. So you can show us too. So we're just showing how to fall over at the moment. Like this we can prevent if you loop over. So this is how you can fall over or jump off your bike if you loop over. You have the option one, which is you fall. Wow, that's option one. Alright, option two, and it's like this, which is a bit better than the first one, right? Which one will you choose? The number one or the number two? Yes, you guessed it, the number two. Alright, let's do the number two again. So you're like this, and if you jump off your bike, that's the safe option. What else can we talk about? Probably Caleb, if you got any suggestion?
I can't manual, but
Yeah, you can.
on scooters just don't use your brake. Just don't use that.
For the finale, I was thinking to do a long one, but we can also talk about the bunny hop manual. And what's the best that we have a box here to practice it. So we can also do a bunny hop first, go into a manhole, and then there. So should you check this out over there?
Yo!
So you got this over here. We're going to do a bunny hop manual. Didn't lean back enough, so the front wheel just slightly tap it in. So second try. Yes. Yes. You guessed it. It works. Good thing about this trick is that there's so many combinations with that. You can do manual to tail whip, manual to bar spin, manual to no-hander, manual to 180, and so on. So it's pretty cool. Now for the big finale, we are going to do a long manual around, and hopefully, and I mentioned that, hopefully, you are going to see how I can balance out. You can even turn left or to the right as you perform the manual. It comes with experience. It may help if you do on a downhill as well, because you got some momentum going due to the inertia of the bike. So it may help. You know, it may be easier on a downhill than on a uphill. Some people do wheelie as well, which is slightly different than a manual, because a wheelie you keep pedaling. So wheelie is a bit. It's a different trick. It's like this. It's weird. Alright, but let's do a long one for the big finale, and then we see you next time. But let's do a long one first. Okay, so it was a bit of a long manual. Some people will say if you go faster, it's easier to balance out, so maybe if you go faster it's easier. However, I recommend that if you go faster, just put the brakes on your bike, because if you loop over when you go really fast on a downhill, then you may crash. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. Of course you can give a like, you can share with anyone that wants to learn how to do a manual, and we see you next time.